body bags where horror lies.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 31 here on Body Bags. I am your host, Moodz616, and thank you once again for stopping in. Alrighty guys, week 31 is here, and it is a theme week, as you probably noticed from all the other previous reviews this week. Of course, this week is Video Nasty Week. We basically said that, to keep everything, to have like a larger scale, it could be anything that was on the Video Nasty list, either a prosecuted film or a non-prosecuted film. Didn't matter. The movie I chose is actually from the prosecuted list, and I believe it is the oldest film on the prosecuted list. It's from 1968, directed by Andy Milligan, and it's a film that I really don't hear anybody ever talk about, which is kind of quite surprising. But it goes by the title of The Ghastly Ones, also known as Blood Rites. But yeah, The Ghastly Ones. Getting into the plot of this one, it is basically about three sisters that all receive letters in the mail from their father's lawyer. Their father has passed away, and so they receive these letters in the mail to go down to the lawyer's office, to basically for further instructions. So once they get down to the lawyer's office, the lawyer tells them that the only way that they're going to get to read out the inheritance is if they take their husbands and they go to their dad's secluded island. He has a big mansion on this island, and they spend 3 nights there. And once the 3 nights is up, they can go back to the city, and then the inheritance letter will be written or read out, and they can claim what is theirs and stuff like that. So basically, the three sisters, they get their husbands along with 2 maids, and there's also this other fellow calling. He's like this hunchback kind of creepazoid. You don't really know exactly how he kind of fits into the mix and stuff like that. But anyways, they head to the secluded islands, and basically what the lawyer tells them is that they're actually out there to spend time and with their husbands and stuff, and basically just have a weekend full of sex and debauchery and shit like that. Because basically what his father says in this initial letter is that their mother was a very frigid person and stuff, and he kind of resented her for that. So he wanted his daughters to go have fun and just have a sexual filled weekend, and once that's over, then the inheritance will be read out and stuff. So once they get to this the secluded island, there's basically 9 of them total. They're just doing their thing and stuff, and then people start getting picked off one by one, like basically like a traditional slasher film. Yeah, it's basically, I'll leave the plot right there. Now my thoughts on this one. Shot in 1968. It's the transfer on this Something Weird video releases. It's very kind of like straight from film transfer read to DVD. It's got a lot of scratches in it. It's got a lot of green lines and stuff. But the pictures, it's there. You can make it out and stuff. It's not so bad. But no, this movie is actually quite surprisingly gory. Really fucking gory, and I can kind of see, I guess, why this would have made the Video Nasty list. I was always very curious about this one because it being the oldest one, I didn't know what to expect, but the gore effects were kind of on the lines of like a Herschel Gordon Lewis kind of deal. It's actually quite surprising to me. The opening scene in the film is actually showed this Colin character, this guy that you don't really know how he fits into the whole mold, but they actually show him killing off a couple people in the beginning of the film. And those scenes are really quite graphic. Like, he's fucking cutting their hands off and, kind of ripping their guts out and shit. It's actually pretty crazy. But I've always been very curious about this film. And due to the fact that it basically kind of plays out like a traditional slasher film, I'm very kind of surprised that this one never gets brought up, as like an original type of, straight up slasher film. Like, this is an American film. And yeah, I mean, you go to this house and people start getting picked off one by one, and then, you know, the killer is revealed, and then the killer's motive is revealed, and stuff like that. And you know, we got a little bit of twists and turns in there and stuff. It's very much like a traditional type of slasher film. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. The acting is, you know, kind of what you expect. 1968 is kind of amateurish, but it's not the worst in the world. It's a very, very short film. It only runs about 72 minutes, so it gets right to the point. Like I said, you know, once they're, you know, done at the lawyer's office, they're there already within the first, you know, 15 minutes of the film or whatever. So pretty much the whole film takes place out there. I thought there was some pretty decent kills in this one. Like I said, the gore was surprising, but you know, decent kills and stuff. It kept you intrigued. I was curious to find out who exactly the killer was, and I wasn't really expecting the twist and all that stuff in this, because it being from the 60s and, you know, being basically, you know, this type of slasher film and stuff, it's just, it kind of caught me off guard a little bit. But no, it was a fun film. It was definitely a really fun watch. I would recommend it. I'm really actually curious to check out Seeds of Sin by Andy Milligan now. I don't really know much about Andy Milligan. I've heard the name lots before, but I just never checked out any of his films. So yeah, I definitely recommend this one. If I had to rate it, I'd probably give it, you know, I mean, it's not like the greatest film in the world. It's a little short and stuff, but I give it about 6.5. A solid 6.5, maybe a 7 out of 10. It is what it is, right? But yeah, that's probably going to do it for this review. As my dogs are going apeshit, guys. So anyways, video Nasties this week. I hope you enjoyed all the reviews, and the Ghastly ones, definitely check it out, man. It's an interesting film. So anyways, guys, I'll be back next week. Random reviews. Peace out, homies.